Dear student, welcome to today's class. I hope you are well. Today we will discuss about the speed of transverse wave in history. Speed of a transverse wave. Speed of a transverse wave. Transverse wave in a string. Transverse wave in a string. It means in rope, in wire, in all cases, it is applicable. You have to remember this B equals to, the equation will be B equals to T by mu the root over. B equals to T by mu the root over. It is not the velocity of transverse wave. It is only applicable for string, rope, or wire. You have to remember this. Here B is the velocity, B is the velocity, and T is the tension of the string, tension of the string, and mu is the mass per unit length. Mass per unit length. Okay. Now we consider how can we derive B equals to T by mu. Come on. Suppose this is a wave, this is a string, and this is the wave. We consider the wave it transmitted in this direction with velocity B. So we consider the small part of the wave. This is the dl. Small part of the wave. This is the dl, and the mass of this part is dm. If we are outside from the wave, then we can say it is in rest. If we are stand on the wave, then we can say the wave, if we travel in this direction with velocity b, then we can say the wave is moved backward. Suppose we consider this portion is, if we zoom this portion, the portion will be in such as this. So you have to remember the velocity of the wave is in this direction. This is the B. And make an angle where this is the theta. And you can consider this is the theta and this also theta. And the tension of the spring in this point is in this direction, and the tension of the point is this, they are the same, the tension will be equal. Now, there is and we can consider this is the theta and this also. And you have to remember that this also the theta. So now this from this will be the, and this is the theta, it will be T cos theta, and it will be T sine theta. And for this, suppose this is the theta, and it will be the T cos theta, and this will be the T sine theta. So in this direction, we can say T cos theta or T cos theta are equal and opposite to each other. So they are inactive. So they are neglect to each other. For only T sine theta and T sine theta creates the centripetal force. We know T sine theta plus T sine theta equals to Fc. So 2T sine theta equals to Fc. Now we do not know the value of Fc. Okay, now come on. Suppose X, we know Fc equals to mb square by r. Suppose the length and the radius is r. But here the mass is dm. So we consider it dmb square by r. dmb square by r. But we do not know the value of dm. But dm, we know length per volume. Suppose mu equals to dm into dl. So dm will be mu dl. So we consider it here So FC will be, I can write here. So FC will be mu dl b square by r. Mu dl b square by r. Okay. Now, according to this, what is the dl? Dl, all are the dl, and this is the 2 theta. So we can say the r is dl, and the radius is r, and this is the 2 theta. So dl 2 theta equals to dl into r. So dl equals to r 2 theta. R 2 theta. So we can write mu r 2 theta by r into b square. Mu r 2 theta is 2 theta by b square. So we can write r kata, then mu 2 theta b square. This is the centripetal force. This is the centripetal force. We can now put the value here. So it will be mu 2 theta b square. If theta is too less, so we can consider sine theta equals to theta. So it will be theta. So we can write t equals to mu v square. So b square equals to t by mu. So we can consider b equals to t by mu. This is and root over. So this is the velocity of transverse wave in a string or wire or a rope. B equals to t by mu, that root over. On the other hand, from this we can consider b equals to f lambda. Okay, now come on. We know b equals to f lambda. B equals to f lambda. So we can write, so f lambda equals to root over t by mu. So f equals to 1 by lambda root over t by mu. It's also the equation. Okay. Now, on the other hand, we know if the total length of the wire is L, and this length will be lambda by 2. Lambda by 2 equals to L, so we can say lambda equals to twice L. So the frequency will be 1 by twice L root over t by mu. This also the frequency. F equals to 1 by twice L t by mu, the root over. Okay. Now, আমরা দুইটা ম্যাথ দেখবো এখান থেকে, এরপর অন্য টপিকসে যাব। ওকে, কাম অন। Suppose this is the rigid position, and here is the pulley. And here is a mesh. This pulley is tightly fixed. And here is the mesh. Okay. This point is A. This point is B. This point is C. And this point is D. The question, all wires are made by same material and same cross-sectional area. All wires are made by same materials and same cross-sectional area. Cross-sectional area. The transverse wave speed of AB wire, the transverse wave speed of AB wire is B1 and CD is B2 and CD is B2. CD is B2. Find B1 by B2 equals to what? Okay, I have option A equals to half, B equals to 2 by 1, C equals to 1 by root 2, D equals to root 2 by 1. Which one is correct? Okay, now come. Suppose for this, the weight in this direction, the tension in this direction. The both same, and this is the tension T and this is the also tension T. So in this direction, the tension is 2T. In this direction, the tension is 2T. Okay. For AB wire, this is the B1. We know B equals to root over T by mu. Root over T by mu. So for AB, we can write B1 equals to here the tan T and the mu. This is the B1 equals to T by mu. For CD the B2 and the tension is 2T and the mu, the cos unit length is mu. So the B1 by B2 will be T by mu root over mu by 2T the root over. So we can write T by mu into 2T by mu, then root of, mu by 2T. So TT mu kata, so 1 by root 2. So B1 by B2 equals to 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2, C is correct. Okay. Okay, আসো আরেকটা দিন। Okay, consider, suppose this is the rigid position and here is a rod. This is a rod. This is a rod. There is no mass is hanged into the rod. And this is the position O. Consider this is the O and this is the position A. And the total length of the rod is L and mass is capital M. Total mass is M. A pulse is produced at point O. A pulse is produced at point O. At point O. Find the time in which pulse reaches at point A from O. A pulse is produced at point O. Find the time in which pulse reaches at point A from O. Okay. Here you consider tension is changed. Tension is changed. Why tension is changed? You can consider B equals to T by mu when tension is unchanged. But for the condition of changeable tension, what will be the equation? We do not know about this. Okay. For this region, Suppose if you consider this part, the full mass is x. If you consider the small part here, only this mass is x on this portion. Okay, come on. If we consider it in this position, the full weight, this, so on the mass of this different portion are different, so the tension will be different. Okay, now come on. What is the mu? Now from this mu equals to m by l. Mu equals to m by l. So v equals to t by mu the root over. T by mu the root over. But what is the t? What is the T? Tension, what is the tension? Suppose we consider the portion, this portion from x, from this portion x. So tension T equals to mu g. Mu means m by l. So, okay. Tension T equals to m by l xd. M by l xd. Why m by l xd? Because the mass of unit length is m by l. The mass of x length is m by l into x. Mass of unit length is m by l. So the mass of x length will be m by l into x. We know T equals to mg, so the mass of x part is eta and g is g. So the tension m by lx into g. Okay, now putting this value in this equation. Okay, now come on. M by l xg by m by l the root over. M by l, m by l. So xg. So the velocity is xg. Okay, now we know velocity equals to dx dt, so root over xg. Now we consider dx by x equals to root over gt, root over gt. Okay, now integrate it, dx by x root over g integration of dt. Initially the time is 0 and the length is 0. Final time t and the length is l. So we consider it ln x 0 to l. So root over g t 0 to t. So it will be ln l minus ln 0 root over g t minus 0. So ln 0. No, it's wrong.
Sir, root over x.
Yes. It will be root over x. Okay. So integration of dx by root over x equals to root over g integration of t. This is 0, this is 0, this is t, and this is l. Because the total length is l. Okay. What is the integration of root over x? Okay. Now come on. It will be 2 root x. Yes or no? Okay, come on. Integration of dx root over x, it means x minus power dx. So x minus half plus 1 minus 1 plus 1. Okay. So it will be x minus 1, so half. So it will be 1 by root x by half. So 1 by, okay, sorry, plus root x. So root x into 2 by 1, so it will be 2 root x. So 2 root x, so 0 to L root over G, T 0 to T. Okay, 2 root over L minus 2 0 equals to root over g into t minus 0. So 2 root over L equals to root over g into t. So t equals to 2 L by g the root over. This is the required time to determine the pulse reaches from O to T. You can consider this way. If you know the value of L and G, we can calculate the required time to reach the pulses from O to A. Understand? Now, we discuss about the interference of wave. Okay, now come on. Interference of wave. Then we discuss about the standing wave. Interference of wave means that if you want to determine the interference of wave, at first you have to know the about superposition of the wave. So we can write interference of wave. Interference of wave. Interference of wave means, suppose this is a string. Two friends are hold the string in two terminals. One is produce a pulse in this position, suppose in this way, and another person produce the pulse in this way. And there is a point. The amplitude of this wave and of this wave will be different or same any other. So what will be the amplitude of this point? Suppose this is the P. What is the, you can determine the amplitude or displacement of the particle by the superposition of the wave. Suppose this is the Y1 and this is the Y2. According to the superposition of the superposition principle of the wave, we can write the Y net is Y1 plus Y2. But it is not absolute that all particles are moving in the same direction. Suppose one particle is direction A, this is the A1, another is this is the A2. So the amplitude will be, resultant amplitude will be A1 plus A2. Okay. If any amplitude is A1 in this direction and the another is A2 in this direction, so in this case the resultant will be A1 minus A2. So it has a direction. If we consider the vector form, so this is the vector, this is the vector, this is the vector, and it is the plus. If they are opposite to each other, then the equation will be Y net Y1 minus Y2. If they are in the same direction, it will be Y net equals to Y1 plus Y2. Okay, now come on. Suppose there are two sources, that is the S1 and S2. You have to consider that, you have to consider this is the sound source. So this is the S1 and this is the S2. And we consider a point here, this is the P. And we can say this is a wave travels this position and this is the another wave and meet the point P. For Y, when t equals to 0, the y equals to A sine omega t plus kx. And Y2 will be A2 sine omega t plus kx. Plus minus, you can consider any of them. Omega t plus kx, omega t minus kx. From these two type of equation, we can see omega is unchanged and k is unchanged. If omega is unchanged, same, then we can say f is same. Because omega equals to 2 pi f. So f will be same. If the f is same, then that is called the coherent source. Coherent source. So we can consider to produce the interference, we have to consider the coherent source. On the other hand, k is same in both cases. So k equals to twice pi by lambda. If k is same, then we consider lambda is same. If lambda and f is same, we consider b is same. So this is the same medium, definite medium. we know the velocity of sound is depends on the medium. So the source, the frequency and wavelength are same, so that also we can say the velocity of the wave is c. So this is the initial displacement of the particle. When the particle reaches point P, after traveling x1 distance, and this is the x2 distance, x1 distance and x2 distance, because the path, traveling path for first source and second source are different. So one is x1, another is the x2. For this type, after time t, then y1 will be, a1 sine omega t plus kx1, and y2 equals to a2 sine omega t plus kx2. y2 equals to a2 sine omega t plus kx2. You have to remember that y1, a1 sine omega t plus kx1, kx, a2, yt, this is the initial when time is 0. There is no path difference between them. When they reaches the point P after time t, and the traveling distance is x1 and x2, so we can say the traveling distance of the both wave are different. So there is a path difference is present here. So the x1 is x path is changed. So one is kx1, another is the kx2. So the resultant displacement of the particle will be y net equals to y1 plus y2. So why we consider this y1 equals to y2? You can consider y1 minus y2. It is the vector quantity, and it depends on the direction. If sine c plus sine d, sine c minus sine d, any other equation will be considered. So y1 sine omega t plus kx1 plus a2 sine omega t plus kx2. Okay. This is the equation y net. Now the resultant y net will be, we can say this is the a net sine omega t plus theta. We assume that the y net will be a net plus a net sine omega t plus theta. Okay. What is y net? What is the value of y net, and what is the value of theta? We do not know. A net and theta. Now we discuss about the A net and theta. What will be the A net? What will be the amplitude? What will be the intensity in interference? Okay, now come on. Suppose here this is the kx1, this is the x2. Assume kx2 is greater than kx1. Assume. We assume that kx2 is greater than kx1. It means you can consider this is the A. This is the A1, and so from this we can say the phase difference. This is the phi. Suppose this is the phi equals to kx2 minus kx1. On the other hand, you can say omega t plus kx2 minus omega t minus kx1. So omega t kx2 minus x1, k equals to twice pi by lambda into delta s. So this is the path difference. From this we can say if path difference is present, then the phase difference will be present. Now it is font of phi. The y2 or kx2 is font of phi. Suppose this is the A2 and the angle between them is phi. So this is the two adjacent side of a parallelogram. So we can consider the A net square equals to A1 square plus A2 square plus 2a1 a2 into cos phi. From the parallelogram theorem, the resultant amplitude will be a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2. Okay. And what is the theta? What is the theta? From this, suppose the resultant, this is the resultant is making the angle theta. So tan theta will be a2 sine theta, a1 plus, sine phi, a1 plus a2 cos phi. From this, we can calculate the theta. So this is the a net and this is the theta. Okay. What is the relation between the amplitude and intensity of the wave? Okay, now come on. Intensity. We know intensity I equals to 2 pi f square a square rho v. 2 pi square. 2 pi square a square f square rho v. A square, it means capital A square rho v. If b is constant, rho is constant, and f square is constant, so we can consider I equals to k a square. I equals to k a square. Now we convert it in for this we can say if a is more, then the loudness sound is produced. Loudness sound is produced. A is more, loudness sound is produced. From this we can say I net equals to k a net tar square. I1 equals to k a1 square. I2 equals to k a2 square. Okay. So a net square will be I net by k equals to I1 by k plus I2 by k plus 2 I1 by k into I2 by k into cos phi. Okay. So k and 2k is kata, and I net will be I1 plus I2 plus 2 root over I1 I2 equals to cos phi. This is the resultant intensity of, in this way. I net equals to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root over I1 I2 into cos phi. Now we discuss about the two types of interference. One is the constructive interference, another is the destructive interference. One is the constructive interference, another is the destructive interference. We know this a net equals to ato, and we can say this is the I net equals to I net equals to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root over I1 I2 equals to cos phi. Okay, this is the I net. From these two equations, we can say the amplitude depends on cos phi and the intensity also depends on cos phi. If cos phi is maximum, the amplitude and intensity both will be maximum. If cos phi is minimum, the amplitude and I net will be minimum. Okay, now constructive interference and destructive interference. Okay, now we discuss about the constructive interference and destructive interference. For constructive interference, A net or I net will be maximum. For this, we can say cos phi will be maximum. We know the maximum value of cos phi is plus 1. So A net square will be A1 square plus A2 square plus 2A1 A2. So it will be A1 plus A2 tar whole square. And I net will be this is the one, the root over I1 plus root over I2 tar whole square. I net equals to root over I1 plus root over I2 tar whole square. So phi We know when the cos phi, cos 0 equals to 1, cos 2 pi equals to 1, cos 4 pi equals to 1, etc. etc. 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi, 8 pi, etc. etc. Okay. What will be the path difference? So we know twice pi by lambda into delta x equals to 0, 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi. Okay, we can say this is the 2n pi. 2n pi, so n equals to 0, then 0, 1, 2 pi, 2n. So the phase difference will be 2n pi. From this, we can say 8 pi, etc., etc. So this is the delta x. Delta x, it will be 0 and 2 pi, 2 pi kata, and it will be lambda and 2 pi, 2 lambda, 3 lambda, 4 lambda, etc. So it will be 0, 1, 2, 3. So it is the integer. So we can say this is the n lambda. So from this discussion, we can say when the phase difference is the odd multiple of I, sorry, even multiple of pi, then it will be the constructive interference, and the path difference is the integer multiple of lambda, then it will be the constructive interference. We discussed about the constructive interference according to the phase difference and path difference. Okay, now for destructive interference, you have to remember A net or I net will be minimum, last 2 minutes. And we know cos phi must be minimum, and the minimum value of cos phi is 1. So A net will be A1 minus A2 tar whole square, and I net will be root over I1 minus root over I2 tar whole square. Okay, so phi will be phi cos minus 1, cos phi minus 1. We know cos 80 degree mark is minus 1. So pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, etc., etc. So it will be the odd multiple. So it will be the twice n plus 1 into pi. So phi equals to twice pi by lambda delta x, pi, 3 pi, 5 pi, 7 pi, etc. So delta x will be lambda by 2, 3 lambda by 2, 5 lambda by 2, and etc., etc. so on. So twice n plus 1 lambda by 2. So when the path difference is odd multiple of lambda by 2, then we can say that is the destructive interference. If A1 equals to A2 or I1 equals to I2, A1 equals to A2 and I1 equals to I2, then A net will be A1, A2, 2A, 4. This is the 2A1, but that means 2A. If A1 equals to A2 equals to A, it is I. And I net will be I root 2 4I. Okay, 4I. And in this case, A net will be 0 and I net also 0. So this is the condition of the loudness sound, and this is the condition for soft sound. It is used in second paper for the interference of light. So for constructive interference for light, it will be brightness, and destructive interference, it will be darkness. In the sound, for constructive interference, we can say this is the loud sound, the intensity will be more. This is the loudness of the sound. And for destructive interference, it is the softness of the sound. For this condition are applicable for constructive and destructive interference. In next class, we discuss about the standing wave. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.